last time we saw Thanos, he had literally hung up his armor in favor of a simple life down on the farm. But based on the latest Endgame trailer, it looks like the Mad Titan is back in business. And by business, we mean battling our favorite superheroes. What is Thanos' plan this time around? And where's the Infinity Gauntlet? We'll talk about the latest trailer and what this could all mean for Endgame. In the lead up to Avengers Endgame, Thanos had a pretty simple plan. Collect all of them Infinity Stones and obtain ultimate power. Well, at least the plan was simple in theory, but it did require quite a bit of effort to pull off. We had a sneaking suspicion that Thanos wasn't going to use his powers for good, and during Avengers Infinity War, that became crystal clear. He talked about the plight of limited resources, but instead of using the Infinity Stones to, wish for more, he wished for half as many life forms. Classic Thanos. When Infinity War wrapped up, we got to see Thanos realize his terrible, terrible dream, and the cost it took him to achieve it. After the exciting conclusion of the movie, he retired to pursue a life of simple farming. We can only imagine the cost of livestock skyrocketed due to supply and demand following the decimation. Perhaps not the best business decision, but clearly Thanos made it work. But as we head into Endgame, we have to wonder, what is Thanos' plan now? At the moment, our heroes have a lot of things working against them, mostly that there aren't very many of them left. The decimation, well, it decimated their numbers, and now Thanos has all of the Infinity Stones, so he's more powerful than he was when they faced him previously. But one thing working in their favor at the moment is the element of surprise. Thanos upcycling his armor into a scarecrow symbolizes that he's letting his guard down, because he's confident he's won at this point. However, from what we've seen so far in the Endgame trailers, our heroes aren't anywhere near ready to give up the fight just yet. Being proactive rather than reactive could work to their advantage when it comes to undoing the decimation. During the special look trailer, we got to see Thanos back in action again, and filled with his signature self-confidence. Thanos appears to be transported into battle via a blue light, which could be from a number of sources. In the trailer, we didn't see the Infinity Gauntlet or any of the Infinity Stones, but that doesn't mean they're not there. We didn't get a good view of Thanos' hands, so it's entirely possible he used the Space Stone to travel. It's also unlikely our heroes would directly approach Thanos with a fully filled-out Infinity Gauntlet. The blue beam could also be indicative of the magic of the Bifrost, which means the Avengers could have summoned Thanos on their terms. Thor has the ability to manipulate the Bifrost thanks to Stormbreaker, so it's entirely possible he could use it to transport Thanos somewhere, especially if Thanos' defenses were down. However, the simplest explanation could be the most likely, and in this case, the blue glow could very well be the result of the teleportation beam from a spacecraft. Of course, we've always assumed our heroes would take on Thanos again at some point in the future, but the fact that this was included in the trailer is interesting. There was a rumor going around that the Endgame trailers would only be comprised of shots from the first 30 or so minutes of the movie. Considering that Endgame is anticipated to be around 3 hours long, that's saying something. When asked about these rumors, Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige claimed that they were somewhat accurate. Many fans believe either Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, or both won't make it past Endgame. Could we be saying goodbye to one of these major players, or another more underutilized character like War Machine or Nebula? We all know how attached Thor gets to his weapons made of magical metal, and it's entirely possible Thanos will have his eyes on Stormbreaker. After all, this weapon was almost enough to defeat him the first time around, so you know he probably has a special place in his heart for it. Because it went in his chest. Thanos probably doesn't need any other crazy powerful weapons at the moment, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't be willing to add it to his arsenal, or possibly repurpose it into a farming accessory. It's also interesting to consider where this battle may be taking place. During the trailer, Thanos says, "You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me." This could be an indication that our heroes traveled to where Thanos ended up in order to confront him. But there's also a chance he's not being literal, and that mysterious blue beam brought him to Earth. Could our heroes have tried to bring Thanos back to their home base in order to set him up in some kind of trap? But it seems pretty unlikely that they'd try to bring Thanos back to Earth. In the past, the Avengers have been notably anti-bringing strange aliens to their home planet. Whatever the Avengers and their allies' plans are, it's clear Thanos is working towards defending the effects of the decimation. After what it cost Thanos to accomplish his goal, we have no doubt he'll do everything possible to make sure our heroes don't succeed. We know there's no way Thanos' new career as a farmer is going to stick. So, what do you think his next move is going to be? Let us know your predictions in the comments section below, and then click on that subscribe button for more videos from us here at CBR. Thanks for watching.